You forgot 90% of what you accomplished this year, and it's quietly costing you your raise. Here's the brutal truth about human memory. By the time your performance review rolls around, you can barely remember what you did last month, let alone last January. The huge project you saved in March? Gone. The fire you put out in June? A blur. So when your manager asks, "What have you accomplished this year?" you freeze. You mumble something vague like, "I worked really hard," or "I was a team player." And that vagueness is exactly why your raise stays small. Meanwhile, your coworker walks in with a list. Specific wins. Real numbers. Dollar amounts. Guess who gets the bigger bump? The fix isn't working harder. It's a stupidly simple habit called the achievements folder, or as some call it, the brag doc. And once you start one, you'll never negotiate blind again. Let me explain exactly what it is, why it works, and how to build one that makes your manager physically unable to say no. First, what is a brag doc? It's a single running document where you log every win, big or small, the moment it happens. Not once a year. Not in a panic the night before your review. In real time all year long. Think of it like a savings account for your career. Every accomplishment is a deposit. And when review season comes, you don't scramble, you just withdraw the evidence. Here's why this beats memory every single time. Your brain remembers emotion, not data. You remember that stressful week, but not that your fix cut load times by 40% and saved the company $12,000. Managers don't reward vibes. They reward proof. And proof lives in the details you're currently forgetting. Now let's build yours. Rule number 1, capture the win within 24 hours. The details fade fast. Right after you finish something meaningful, jot it down while the numbers are fresh. Rule number 2, don't just write what you did. Write the impact. There's a huge difference between redesigned the onboarding flow and redesigned the onboarding flow, which lifted new user activation by 18%. One is a task. The other is a business result. Managers fight budget battles with results, not tasks. Here's a simple formula to make every entry punch above its weight. Action, then metric, then outcome. What you did, the number that proves it, and why the business cared. For example, automated the weekly reporting process, cutting 8 hours of manual work per week, freeing the team to ship 2 extra features a quarter. That sentence is worth thousands of dollars at the negotiation table. And don't only log the obvious stuff. Track the invisible work too. The teammate you unblocked. The messy process you quietly cleaned up. The new hire you mentored. This is the labor that never shows up in a ticket but keeps teams alive. Also capture praise as it comes in. That Slack message where a client called your work exceptional. That email where a VP thanked you. Screenshot it. Paste it in. Third-party validation is gold your boss can't argue with. Now here's the part most people miss. Quantify things you think can't be quantified. Improved team morale sounds soft. But started a weekly check-in that cut team turnover from 3 people to 0 this year. That's a number a CFO understands. Almost everything can be tied to time saved, money made, money saved, risk reduced, or customers kept. Push every entry toward one of those 5 buckets. Let's talk about where this pays off. Review time. Instead of a blank stare, you open a document with 30 concrete wins, each backed by a metric. Your manager doesn't have to remember your value. You've handed it to them on a plate. Better yet, you make your manager's job easier. Because they have to justify your raise to their boss. When you give them a ready-made case full of numbers, you're not asking for a favor, you're arming them for the fight. And the effect compounds. A manager who sees a steady stream of documented wins starts thinking of you as a high performer months before the review even happens. You've shaped the story instead of leaving it to chance. Here's a bonus use almost nobody thinks about. Your brag doc is also your resume's raw material. When a recruiter reaches out, you don't start from zero. You've already got a year of quantified bullet points ready to copy in. Same goes for LinkedIn. Update your accomplishments section straight from the doc. You'll look consistently impressive to your entire network, not just your boss. Now, common mistakes. Don't wait for big wins. Small entries add up, and the habit is what matters. A short imperfect note beats a perfect note you never wrote. Don't overcomplicate the tool. A plain doc, a note app, a spreadsheet, anything you'll actually open weekly. Set a recurring 15-minute reminder every Friday to log the week. That's the whole system. And don't hide it until review day. Share a highlight reel in your one-on-ones throughout the year. Steady visibility beats one big reveal every single time. So here's your challenge. Right now, before you forget, open a new document. Title it Wins. And write down 3 things you accomplished this month, each with a number attached. That's it. You just started the habit that pays for years. Because the raise doesn't go to the person who did the most work. It goes to the person who can prove it. Memory is unreliable. Documentation is undeniable.